Greetings everyone, I'm Napoleon Complex, and today we're going to be playing the Battle of Mikatagahara, December 1572, as the Tokugawa. Now of course this was a battle that Tokugawa Ieyasu historically lost, and he was badly outmatched, and I think this is going to be a very difficult battle and quite a change of pace to the relatively easy battle we've had so far in the Sengoku Jidai campaign. So let's get into it. We're told straight out that defeat is inevitable. Inflict as many casualties as possible so we do not have to win this battle. Of course, I'm going to try my best. Let's just dive into it. Not told much about the battle. It's kind of left mysterious. Okay, folks, this is a reattempt because, and it's not really a real attempt. Nothing really happened. I just didn't understand that my troops would be severely disordered, and so I decided to try again and try a different tack. We are facing a truly colossal force, and it's being led, of course, by the Takeda cavalry. So, and there's even more infantry back here, and they're good quality samurai at the rear ranks. So I am severely outnumbered. And also my forces are spread out all across the plain. We're going to have to gather this army together before we can even start to defend ourselves. So with so much cavalry coming towards us, Tokugawa has very helpfully set up his command tent in the open where he can't be supported. I think what we're going to have to do is I'm going to try and gather my cavalry over here to try and defend the Honjin. Ideally, I'd want my army to fight here on the rough ground where we've actually got a decent patch of it to support our forces. Okay, this is going to be absolutely horrible. Let's go here. We do only have to get 20% route percentage, but I'm never the biggest fan of losing battles. You know what, that's a lie. Losing battles can be a huge amount of fun because, of course, what I want to do is not lose the battle but win honorably. I want to win it. I want to see if I can beat the impossible scenario. But I acknowledge that it's probably not going to happen. I don't think I'm going to... I'll test it later. The worst thing that can happen is I have to restart the scenario again. But I want to know if my Yari samurai are going to be disrupted by the rough ground. Don't know why I'm pulling my Teppo Ashigaru back, actually. They should be moving forward to maximize casualties to the enemy before the lines close. Okay, is that everyone? Then let us begin. Now their cavalry should outpace their infantry. And my hope is that if I can drive off the cavalry force, that alone will give me enough route percentage to bring down the Takeda and at least win the scenario, even if I haven't won the battle. To win the battle itself, I have to rely on the AI doing what it usually does, which is scattering its forces all over the battlefield, allowing me to concentrate and take them out. So that's the plan. Break the enemy cavalry, and then go after the infantry in piecemeal. What I see here is the rough ground is going to be our salvation. Our archers have to get on it here. I forgot to turn them around. Please start to run back as soon as you can. And we're blocking our own samurai. Fantastic. Get out there, and that was a lot more efficient the first time I did this. What I'm thinking with these Ashigaru is actually they should go and defend this forest region here. because that is ideal terrain for them, and they might, if they pop out at the right seconds, be able to support my cavalry's rear action. This might also be where these Yumi samurai end up fighting, as there's really no time to get involved in the rest. In fact, they could possibly hold out on this rough ground here. It's a shame we don't have more archers. But ideally, I'd like the Yumi samurai to get over here where they can support the rest of the battle line, firing on the enemy in unison. Okay, move up to here. You move up to here and we'll pop out and we'll start shooting them next turn. I believe that's everyone. Nope, you can continue to move. And just continue to move. Okay, actually, I probably want my best Yari Samurai. 1, 2, 3... And ideally, if this unit can get over here, I want this group guarding the rough ground here with the archers and support. Then I've got my best units on the best ground. 4 units of Yari Ashigaru could actually be allocated to this rough ground here, with the Yumi Samurai kind of protecting this back pocket. The Ashigaru, of course, best off in the forest. And we've got some more rough ground here, actually. And maybe my samurai can make use of that. Now that will protect me against the cavalry, but it's not going to do anything against that massive Takeda infantry that's moving up. Look at that column of Ashigaru. If we could crash into that, that's an opportunity. Catch them in the open, and that's a ton of route percentage right there. There must be at least 60 Takeda units on the battlefield. More reserve cavalry, all samurai. Not that you get any other type of cavalry in this game. Well, outside of the Korean and Chinese campaigns. Yeah, pop out and leather them. Oh goodness. Really not my best placement there. Try and set a fire trap for them as they come forward. Keep changing my mind about how to deploy my forces, because I need some offensive power, and having these Yari Ashigaru in the rough would allow my samurai to kind of elongate the line a little bit, because I know that this part of the line is secure. I can focus on defending this part. It's really too far away from the battle to be relevant to what's going on here. Next turn. Oh, nuts. Now I've got to go and clear out them. A lot of this will unfortunately be watching large numbers of men walk about an empty field. So it does give us a picture of the sheer scale of Takeda Shingen's army. It's 11 dead straight off the bat. Move out of gun. Right, in fact, you're going to have to move all the way over here because we're going to have to just get out of the way. And the reason I have to do that is I can't afford to get locked down in melee combat by the early tip of Ashigara and then have the cavalry charge into us. So our gunners just have to run out the way for this turn. Back off, do not get hit by cavalry, and pray they choose to move past us and don't try and charge. Because they will eventually kill us if they decide to engage in melee. I need to make a firm decision about what I'm going to do for the defense here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my spearmen to the left of the rough ground, and I'm going to give the rough ground itself to the Ashigara to give them a bit of protection. And my archers will form the back line of this once they finally arrive from this flank. That allows us to concentrate our forces. And considering where they're coming from. Yes, okay, actually, rather than moving round this side, I'm going to bring them back around. We're going to form the Yari Samurai up here. So I think I will actually leave one unit in this flank, but that will probably be this unit here. And that means that I can support my cavalry who are fighting around the Honjin a bit more effectively. The forest remains the best place for these Ashigaru, so they're just going to hide in there and pray nobody pays too much attention to them because they're not very good fighters. But they are somewhat forest specialists. So these guys have the longest way to go. They're going to have to run. There's no room on the rough... Well, there is actually room on the rough ground. I'm not sure if that's the best way to go. There's just... No. Well, yes, I am going to leave a force of Yari Ashigaru on this rough ground here. And my reasoning for doing that is I know that these cavalry seem to be largely out on their own. There's not a lot of... It will arrive eventually. But in the meantime, if the mounted Yari Samurai get themselves stranded here, I can use my early Teppo Ashigaru to shoot them to pieces. So we trap them and then we shoot them down en masse. Right, no one left out on the limb. Oops. You guys tuck yourselves back here where you're safe. That's fine. Next turn. What's the hotkey for that, incidentally? I'll just leave it up. I'll just leave the UI open then so I can access it quickly. That's what I was afraid of. So of course, thankfully for the Tokugawa, Takeda Shingen's campaign did eventually stall out, and that was due to a marvellous piece of deception, where Tokugawa Ieyasu managed to convince, with the help of a ninja, I believe, that there was a greater force inside the castle he ran into than there actually was. I think he only escaped back to his castle with about 10 men or something ridiculous like that. And he managed to persuade the Shingen that there was actually a trap inside the castle, and that for some reason ultimately stopped the campaign from moving forward. But he was very, very lucky to escape the consequences of this one. Move away. You're still going to get hit, aren't you? Right, shoot back. Let's see if we can disrupt them. No such luck. Right. Cavalry's getting closer. Move over here. Remember, you're ultimately heading for this side of the battlefield. Now you're going here. You're going here. We are finally getting organised into something resembling a battle line. See, so that's going to form 1, 2, 3. So our cavalry can start forming up on this line here. Okay. If nothing else, the Honjin might break up the enemy's advance a little bit. If the enemy get truly mired here, I might be able to bring the Ashigaru out to fight. I usually don't particularly enjoy having my units in a long line like this. Let's try to get them into a position where there's some kind of rationale, in case we do actually have to fight here. Right, let's see. They're just slowly getting shot to pieces. That's exactly what we want. Neck and unused. Good thing I didn't forget about them. Yeah, that's fine. You're in position. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. Well, except for the fact that you're probably all going to die. Really? Okay. So remember, this also was Tokugawa deciding to take his tiny army out. He wasn't leading his army out against an idiot. He was leading his tiny army out against one of the most famous cavalry commanders of the era, and one who had a much, much larger army. So this is like, I don't know, let's think of someone who's a bit... This would be like, say, Crassus leading his army out against someone like Julius Caesar. Only Julius Caesar has the larger army. An average commander leading his army out against a great one. Could be throwing bad after good here. We need to hope they break on the melee phase, otherwise these mounted Yari Samurai are going to scramble our early Teppu Ashigaru. If they decide to go after me, it could be a disaster here, so I'm going to have to pull them back. That was a painful decision to make. I don't want to lose any opportunities to cause these guys casualties. Move towards the back of the rough ground, actually, because I want to lure them as far as far forward as possible so that my Ashigara here can become relevant to the battle. Okay, do some crossing around. You guys are going to move in this direction. You're going to finally move here. This unit moves to here and turns. We have our battle line. Okay, it took us a lot of work, but we do now have a rational battle line. So they'll move up to here. They can ultimately move here, and the Sierra Samurai can move up around here. Move to here. We'll leave the Honjin kind of protects us a little bit, so we'll leave a gap there. Okay. Right. And I think there's probably a few unused units, but on the other hand, they don't need to actually move now. Okay. Oh good, we did rout the gunners then. That's 1% down. That's not the way you needed to rout. Okay, they're gonna get ridden down. Unless Tokugawa's unless Takeda's officers are stupid enough to do that, because there's no way I'm going to insult the great man himself by allocating that decision to him. It also means that units of Takeda cavalry are off doing something irrelevant to actually winning the battle. At least the music's nice. Da 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 da. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do do do. You could get driven off the map if I'm not careful here. I have a better target in mind. Okay, danger. I need to make sure I position my troops here. It's tempting to push right into their back, but if I get chased forward, they could hit me. Again, same kind of logic applies here. We need to sidestep them. They are starting to do some serious damage to this mounted Yari Samurai unit. Okay. Keep moving that way. You guys are the stragglers. Move to here. You can be in position next turn, and you're almost home as well. And that's fine. You'll just slide into position next turn. Turn around. We do not want to get caught in the hop here. Okay, the considerable difficulty involved with getting my army into position has now mostly been achieved. Oh wait, they were going there. Never mind. That wasn't a big deal. And well, we already know what our gunners were up to this turn. That's fine. Next turn. The truth is that most of this army is going to die. The Honjin is going to fall. That's unfortunately going to mean that I can't move straight after the wounded cavalry. And you don't want to be 2 squares away from cavalry that plan to charge you. And I've very clearly attracted the attention of these mounted samurai. So we're just going to have to move out of their way. I feel like the enemy turn is in desperate need sometimes of a fast forward button. That's actually not a bad suggestion. What were they doing so far back? They didn't even move this unit in the end. Oh, that's handy. So they can move like that because of the... Oh, I thought they might be able to move. Right. Again, I cannot risk getting charged by this cavalry and pushed into the line of fire, so we're just going to have to do this. We are now set up and ready for a fight, and it looks like it's just in time. And that blunder is bad. That may just have cost me the battle. Shoot, I came so close to this. What a stupid mistake. The gunners are a problem. Because I can't afford to have my units getting shot to pieces. Especially since I don't have the options of mobility. I seem to have just forgotten about this unit altogether. Right, we'll finish focusing them down. That's free route percentage for me at least. Unfortunately, we still haven't been able to cause a single disruption, despite all the fire we've been throwing at the enemy. Because they've got reduced command and control. We can just about get into a safe position to attack these lancers here. Or a relatively safe position. It's about as safe as things are going to get. Now we pretty much have to form up and prepare to fight. They are in the open, but these Yumi samurai are actually pretty well protected here. So I'm going to leave them here for the minute. Unfortunately, due to the enemy's line of advance, I can't actually shoot with it. Can I? No, they're out of range. Didn't realize they were still turned around. Fall back just a little bit. Just gives us a bit of room for maneuver potentially. Angle the cavalry this way, because it looks like most of the fighting's going to happen around here. Right, next turn. Bye bye, no one's going to miss you. Okay, first impact. Is it just me, or are there a lot more commanders involved in this battle than normal? Takeda Katsuyori, if we can kill him, we can claim to have killed the heir to the Takeda throne. Yeah, Katsuyori's tale is pretty upsetting actually, because he kind of just wants to. He seems to have just wanted to prove himself towards the end, and of course that didn't end up well for him in the battle. He ultimately lost against the Oda in the final battle. Let's see, what command group are we part of? Of course, it's Tokugawa Ieyasu's group. So that means I can't send a commander to help with the situation. We just have to trust a random chance. Turn this way and turn in here to try and close them off here. I want to engage these Yari Samurai and help this group. The only way we're going to stand a chance here is if we work together and support our units. If they engage the command tent, I can charge forward and attack them in turn. Most of them going to get off there as a half volley, but at least I can get it off. I know I've got the Yari Ashigara, but honestly getting forced further to the south wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, because the cavalry are moving in that direction anyways. More of a prey migration than anything else. I know I've got the archers there. I'm trying to finish these melted Yari Samurai off. These are big units of cavalry. Well, they can't fire anyway, so why don't you cover the approach here? There's not really much I can do at this point. Move up here. I know it's leaving us out on a limb, but it gives me a few more options. And shift this way, just in case you need to come out and fight. There's so many soldiers out there, enemy soldiers out there. Yes, sir! Drove them back. That's the first wave that's been disrupted. These Takeda cavalry won't be able to do anything against my troops on the rough ground. Yari Ashigaru, thankfully uncommanded. And a unit of Yari Samurai. I've got my commanded samurai on this flank. Okay. If anything goes wrong for me, anything at all, and it's over. The Hanjin's now being attacked. But the fact that the command tent is being attacked can, in and of itself, still give me something to work with, because now my cavalry can countercharge. And they might even be able to maneuver around the samurai's flanks. I don't think there's an option to fight as the Takeda in this battle. Let's face it, it'll be a bit of a foregone conclusion, even with the harsh idea that you have to rout 60% of the enemy before 20% of your own troops are routed. Is it just me, or were some of their cavalry starting to form into columns? Ah, this gives me an idea. Already disrupted the command tent. Do I wait for the Hanjin to collapse because I know these cavalry are coming up in support, or do I charge out? If I make the wrong decision here, I lose. It's as simple as that. I don't think it's worth the plus 25% chance I'd get at actually winning that fight. I have an ambush force here that's waiting. We just let the Honjin collapse. It's horrible, but it's something we have to do. Now here, I'm going to... Really? Even with... I suppose we've got a general we can steal from somewhere? No, again, it's... Okay, right. And they'll turn... Right, okay. Still worth it to trap them in. And it paid off. Let's see if we can go for a disrupt on this force. If they turn to face, we can trap them in again. And as for here, can't turn away because of the facing. Ugh. Again, a general would really help here. Where is this flanks general? He's... Because this cavalry is currently on its own. Okay, we're helping here. And we managed to withstand it. That's good. We need to take every advantage we can get here. I can't afford to be conservative in this kind of battle. The cavalry aren't a huge threat. Shoot the Yari Ashigaru instead. It's a good thing we've got a general here. Now, if they do... Their own samurai are a significant threat, but if they do... I don't think they will be able to charge into us, but I might be able to move around the flanks if they do. I'm going to actually change my turning to reflect that. We can potentially get a flank attack here if we can survive long enough. Right. That was annoying. I'm going to have to turn like that now, which means I'm going to be further away from where I need to be next turn. We cannot afford to just stand there under fire. Pull back a little bit and we'll turn around and then come back to the rough ground. I will also put my troops here that can maybe spring out and disrupt the Teppo Ashigaru a little bit, maybe even catch them in a flank attack. What about over here? Right. For once I get to get right behind the mounted Yari Samurai. Having come all this way, I'm not just going to give them a free attack on my early Teppo Ashigaru. Let's pull back and give ourselves some room. Pull right back because I don't want to lead these cavalry right around my rear. With any luck, we'll start to see some cracks appearing in the enemy army. Honjin's going to go down. Hopefully Tokugawa Ieyasu gets out of there before it's actually overrun. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to go chasing after shiny things. Oh good, they're getting distracted. We can lead them on a bit of a dance then. Amazingly the Honjin held out. But they'll also break soon, I imagine. It's a shame they managed to escape that very bad situation for them. Right. Yeah, okay, I can't really ignore that. And since they've disrupted successfully on one volley, hit them as well. I really, well, obviously under normal circumstances, I would want to charge there. But look at what's waiting for us in the rear ranks. We can't actually exploit that situation. Move to the flanks here. They're going to cover if I don't come out and fight soon. Except then they can... Because I could end up fighting in a situation I don't want to provoke. Shoot them and see if you can get a lucky disrupt. I know, what are you waiting for? Do something, but if I charge in here, then one, I'm going to run out and expose my troops to further fire, and two, I think they might just cover it by moving to here and forcing me into a priority charge situation. So there's actually a lot to not recommend charging out here. But if I wait, I'm just going to invite eventual envelopment. Damn it. Fine. Again, I've not come all this way just to get cut down by cavalry. Ah! Foiled. As for this situation here, and plan is not to go chasing after shiny things, we're just going to drive them off so they're not shooting at us actively. Remember, I do have this flank attack set up. If you have a general you could lend us. Not quite the advantage I was hoping for. Of course, it also means that none of my cavalry units are commanded anymore. Let's give a commander to them. Maybe I can dupe them into... I was hoping I could dupe them into staying in melee for a turn there. Okay, let's just stop this turn before I do anything that's actually stupid. Amazingly, the Honjin's still standing. It's going to force me into another messy charge. You can feel the pressure on my army imperceptibly building as more and more of these Takeda units arrive. Good, they weren't smart enough to block off my flank attack. It doesn't mean things will end well for me when I charge out, but at some point I have to take some offensive action. Because if nothing else, the archers will eventually arrive and shoot me down. What happened? Oh, right, the Honjin fell. Good. Okay, now pray the route goes well. The pursuit did not go well. They ran straight into a flank attack. I can only do my best. Right, since they've given me a bit of breathing space here, let's try and break through. And they just fell back to safety. Having given the general away, I have the general up. If we move out into the open, we're dead. It's as simple as that. I'm still just trying to get after that wounded unit, but it's getting more and more dangerous now. We have to prepare to face those troops. I could pursue too far, but then I could also fail to pursue. It's safer to fall back for the moment and we'll charge to catch up. I can always try this in desperation. You know what, since we have the advantage, anywhere I have the advantage we have to take it. Right, they managed to hold firm. Go for a lucky disrupt. No, we don't want to get anywhere near what's about to happen there. If we wait a turn and we'll get the flank attack, and I will fire for half a volley on these guys in the meantime. Oh no, oh god, I know it's... Right, I just threw away my Arquebusiers. Well, of course they chose to stand. They're not going to be able to outrun horses. So yeah, they're going to die for no reason. That at least puts them into a priority charge situation. So I don't know if they can actually go after my cow, because they'd have to charge across an ongoing melee. They did not just block their own flank attack. Oh, it's a miracle! Hey, if you want to give me any more free victories... There's just no way. Look at the number of Yari samurai coming in after all of this stuff that I've already had to deal with. There's cavalry to replace the cavalry that I've already had to deal with. And this isn't some small reserve force, it's another army of cavalry. And the knight has fallen. could actually cause a sizable break in the enemy army here. Okay, cavalry's gone. There's a massive hole in our line now. Flank him. You guys just keep this situation on lockdown for now. Don't do anything drastic. Just wait until we open up a line here. Charge. Good. That we've broken out. We're behind this group here. We might be able to trap them in. Change to here. We're going to try and start to shoot down this cavalry unit. Move over to here because we're going to try and get rid of this unit via, oh, well, actually with everything that's going on, charge out. Fantastic. Okay. They've got cavalry units coming up here. Okay, we're pretty much locked into this situation. Depending on what the cavalry unit does, I might be able to score a flank attack here, but we'd have to charge in now to get it. So I should say go for it. I think you all see the opportunity and the danger. They've got reduced commanding control. That's really critical information now. But let's see, if I were to hit them there, we might be able to set up a chain flank. This is basically a massive gamble on my part. Okay. Now, hopefully I might be able to move up to actually cover the defense there. If not, this is about to get really nasty. Let's just have a look at what's going on over here first. We're obviously getting into a fight here on the rough ground. Let's use that opportunity while we have our general in charge of the situation. Let's see. There's not that many of them left, and they're starting to take casualties. I also want this unit playing reserve here. Same here. Because I'd really like to get into the mounted Yari Samurai here. I'm sorry, I know I'm taking forever. I'd be running straight into bowshot and do what? To get a half volley off? No, that's just not going to work out. We have to be realistic here. Get the disruption instead. That's going to help us over here on this side of the field. And let's see. Now let's continue to try and sort this situation here. I'm hoping that might prevent a flank attack, but I don't think so. The other alternative is that, and I can't. Bet if I advanced forward, it would be a priority charge target. But then that would make their ability to attack us there even easier. Now I'll leave them back here, at least then we might be able to get a flank attack on the flankers, depending on how things go. Turn here, we might be able to start moving out around them. Next, this is, okay, we know that's going to be death. Move these guys away, they've had their day. And next turn, we're up to 11%. I think we are going to achieve our objective of killing 20% of the enemy army. The question is whether I can save Tokugawa's army now. They held on. suppose it was always a bit of fool's hope. Now, who pursued first there was critical, and unfortunately they didn't go into the sides of the enemy's engaged cavalry. Horrible luck. We actually had the advantage there due to the presence of our general. I'm really, really hoping they're too stupid to pull off that flank attack. They were not. They were not, and we are buggered. We can possibly get those archers with our own Ashigaru that I've got hiding in the woods. I just realised I'm getting surrounded up here. This is the part where it all goes to hell. And incidentally, this is kind of what happened to Tokugawa, because apparently he did succeed in driving back the first part of Shingen's force, and then Shingen just sent in reinforcements. Something went wrong for us here. Yes, these guys, they're of course getting horribly stuffed. Well, depending on if because they might flank us here, which obviously isn't good for us. That's good for us. But we will then get the opportunity to flank them. Good. Okay. Fortunately, that means they don't get hit by the flank attack. Right. Priority charge target, but they are. They're only severe. This is the fragmented unit. There is a universe where I can punch through here, rout them, they pursue through. Okay, and they went straight through everything. That's about what we can hope to happen there. So that leaves this very vulnerable unit, which we know is low on HP, pretty much out on a limb. So I'll turn around here to threaten them. Yikes, really? Okay, because they're superior swordsmen. And we're losing here as well. Oh god. What do I want to die to first? Well, if we stay here, we'll probably die. It will definitely die. If we move here, we'll only probably die. So I suggest moving here. It's all just gone wrong here. Charging here to try and stay. You have got to be kidding me. I'm pretty sure Fate's just making fun of me at that point. Oh, okay, fine, we lose here. Just stay hidden in the forest. Don't get involved in this train wreck. Just melt back into the woods. And do I? No, because they just fell back that turn. Okay, right, hit. Why don't you try and get close range fragmentation on them? In the meantime, we'll continue to slam into them here. They're just going to drop back, aren't they? Doesn't really help me much. Turn to face and flank. So we're gonna, because they're going to flank us soon. Turn to face and flank. Shoot. See if we can get rid of them early. Okay. And yeah, shoot them as well. So with a bit of luck, we can flank them and tear through all of this. Sorry, you're all going to die. Can pop out and surprise these guys at least. If we can get a lucky disruption, we can possibly win that gunfight. Next turn, I think. Oh, these guys aren't. Yep, go after the Yumi Samurai. You should eventually win that. And it keeps the rest of the enemy army on their toes. You're just going to stay there. You guys are actually... Don't just stand there twiddling your toes. Get round to get involved in the fight. We've already set up a flank attack here. Let's focus on what's going on this side of the battlefield. And that truly is it now. And they fragmented after getting hit by a volley of arrows. Just to add insult to injury. The one victory we did get on that flank has just been ripped away from us. I think the word train wreck can be used without hyperbole for that side of the battlefield. We need... No, they're dead. Well, we only need another 7% and we can at least pull a victory. We can at least pull the scenario out of this. Hey. How would you like to die? Pull back further into the forest. Even if I were to pull back, this unit would simply charge into me. We might die more slowly, but we're still going to die. I think all we do is stay there. We're going to get flanked if we remain in position there, so we pretty much have to engage here. And I need this group to move up and help here. You know what, since you're not needed there, why don't you jump over, try and help us break this group. Fire here. Good, that's a fragmentation. We are not going to waste that, we are going to charge out. Hey. No, they're still going to get flanked. I couldn't rescue that situation. But wait. Yes, I can. I can absolutely rescue the situation. Reduced AC. They were out of command and control. Right, we can get the fragmentation there. Break those cavalrymen. Okay, never mind. I should have flanked there. Hit them here. Right, we need to hope we carry them off the field here, otherwise these units are going to be flanked. We know the situation over here is horrible. I'm tempted just to not even look, but I suppose we can at least cause some casualties to someone. Go after them, they've annoyed me the most. Just try to get our lights out of here. They're not going to contribute any route percentage, so I just want them to get out of town. Yes! That's what I needed to see. I forgot that. Still no luck actually causing a rout there. They rallied up. I was wondering where they were getting the rout percentage back from. We needed that more than we needed oxygen. We've not had a lot of luck with... that's going to help us. We've not had a lot of luck with our cavalry getting fragmentations. I need a rapid break of the enemy army here. Look at how they're setting up flank attacks. Thought for a second that was cavalry. Yeah, I thought they'd do that. I threw those skirmishers away. They deserve better than that. AI seems to be quietly forgetting about my ambush in the forest here. That's actually blocked their cavalry from the flank attack. I can use that. This is still going remarkably well. We're down, but we're only down because the Honjin got overrun. Technically, we're winning this battle. They've actually done a really good job. They've held the enemy off and they've given us a lot more time. Unfortunate, because they are now going to be able to deliver arrows against us. Oh, come on! Oh wait, no, that was where the fight was still even. We are having real trouble getting those cavalry to actually give up. What would you expect from Lord Takeda? He's not going to. His cavalry are not going to give up easily. They lost someone important there. Lord Tokugawa will have a personal reason to grieve tonight. That's impacts always. I can't transfer a general. Wow, okay. You pretty much do need to charge there. Drive them off. That way we can pull around and threaten here. And shoot them. We've not had a lot of luck here, have we? Because I thought I had that unit pretty much in the bag. The only thing that can get worse if this unit now rallies and manages to hit our Yumi Ashigaru in the back. I don't think that will happen. I really want to pin this unit in amongst its own troops. But they're only Ashigaru though, so I don't trust them to land on their feet. Okay, instead what to do is move around this unit here because it's stronger and they can do the pinning in. I could, and we'll need to move our troops out here because they'll get flanked otherwise. This is actually a pretty nasty situation. If I can get my archers up, they can probably help with it. And did they seriously forget about my forest ambush again? I'm getting insulted here to put some effort into these horrible, horrible traps, you know? Okay, right. You can turn here and harass them, but try not to get forced against the mountain or something. If you guys can get out of that mess, then by all means try. Kill some cavalrymen while you're at it. They're fragmented. The battlefield is ragged and broken at this point. They can't do anything anyway. Finally a fragmentation here. We fragmented them there. If we can charge into them again, we can possibly get a break. But of course I won't have command and control next turn. Amazingly, we're still standing here. Hurry up and break that unit. And that's my fit. So even this failure on the left has cost me. They're desperately trying to break that unit of Ashigaru who's holding everyone back. They are eventually going to come through the forest and come at our rear. How did Tokugawa ever think he was going to win this? Because what I understand from a strategic perspective, this is supposed to be a rearguard action. Lord Oda is doing something in the west, and all Tokugawa is supposed to be doing is delaying is holding a delaying action until Oda can send reinforcements. Still couldn't fragment them. And now we're starting to get cut to pieces by their spears. I think they actually rallied up. At least our fragmented unit hung on another turn. Good, and that's another fragmentation. There's a chance for a chain route here. Okay, just run away. The fact that the cavalry have arrived here is disastrous news. Can we please finally get rid of that cavalry unit? Good. Now they have been heavily reduced in number. They've been disrupted. If this Yumi Ashigaru unit can just hold out a little longer, set up the flank attack here. We fragmented them right. In that case, our archers can move in for the kill. It does mean that that unit's going to escape my wrath for a turn. But what to do is move them to here. Yes, yes. The fragmented archers don't scare me much. Right, we can hit them there. I'm getting a little frustrated now because we have had so many opportunities to finish off parts of this Takeda army, and we've been frustrated every single time I've tried. Move around to here, we're going to start to pin in these cavalry. And move up here, we're now really piling on the pressure with their bows. I need one of these idiots gone now. We've got reduced command and control. Nope, they've just gone in straight. That's just lured them straight into flank. Unless something. What could happen here is this unit could break, and then we could hit them on the flank and carry all of this. So just stay where you are for now. Except you can't because the enemy archers are now moving up behind you. They might not know we're here, but I can't really take that risk, can I? None of this is good. Okay, just the archer's going to flank me here, or the archers are going to flank me here. I have no recourse left. I should have thought of something to do with this unit before it got to this point. Join the heroic defense here, I suppose. They are samurai, so they could withstand, and if we could pin this unit in, it would be a huge help. But considering that we are winning here, no, we're not really winning here against this unit anymore. No, but we can still hope for a disruption. Just hold the line here for now. We're just going to have to hope my cavalry managed. No, look at the odds. They're about to break anyway. Oh no, and I've realized what's about to happen. They are going to auto break. They are going to come charging through and they're going to hit us on the side. That could be what ends up happening to us. Right, you guys can't run away, but run away as soon as you get the opportunity. Just keep killing things. And unused. Anything. Anything at all that could actually help us. I don't know why I like shooting cavalry so much. It may actually be a psychological issue. We've won the scenario, assuming no rallies. They held on, which means we're about to get flanked. Yep, that's not a break. And the cavalry went through first. But we have won, so let's just not complain about that. We knew this was always going to be a rough day for the Takeda. The fact that we've managed to maul the Takedan army this badly is frankly something we should be happy about. I figured that wouldn't happen, of course, because it's diagonal. I thought that would be the priority charge target. Again, it's just a case of me not understanding the game well enough, because I understand this game and pike and shot a lot less than I understand Field of Glory. Because I've played Field of Glory competitively for years, I wouldn't say I'm inexperienced at pike and shot because I have played the game a lot, but the finer points still elude me, especially since there's been big gaps between my actually taking part in pike and shot. And also large gaps in my playtime of Field of Glory, but I've played so much Field of Glory that I've pretty much got the rules solidified in my head. That was a real shame. That could have worked out for us. But this Honda Takatsu really let us down. He failed to break that cavalry unit when we needed him to. And as a result, those mounted Yari samurai got away when they really didn't deserve to. Because the Takeda commander over here was an idiot. He let me ambush him repeatedly from this forest. This rout percentage is really starting to climb now. They still haven't routed those cavalry. Okay, they're going to get flanked next turn. If we don't hurry up and break them here, then that's going to be another rout that they're going to get. There is a vanishingly small chance we might be able to get the flank attack here if this unit holds against the flank attack. I need something to crack here. Break them here. At least we can cement our victory. With that situation being what it... Let's see, what are our odds? There's a 40% chance that they break here. Less than that, actually. So if we can just get a flank attack here. Let's pin that unit in and go for the break. I'd rather go for total victory rather than give up. We've caused so much damage to the Takeda army. There's disruptions all over the place. We'll just hold them in place. Pretty sure a unit of my gunners is still operating out here. Let's surround and see if we can finish this unit off. There's really not that much to talk about at this point. I'm pretty sure the game is just mocking me for my hubris at this point. We actually lost that combat, but they held on. Hence why I said less than 40% chance. How many rounds of combat have we won here? Small chance they could foil their own flank attack. Because if they move soldiers in front of the disrupted cavalry, they won't be able to flank. Good, they did exactly that. Of course, we're still probably going to die horribly because we're disrupted and hopelessly outnumbered, but maybe we'll get a flank attack in first. I didn't even see them moving up in our rear. At least they're wasting their time. Sorry, it was more than the 40% chance because of course we have to survive 2 rounds of combat. This if Honda doesn't hurry up, he's going to get flanked too. I'm 50% now. I think I know where that's coming from. Okay. Fragmentation, good. Finally, this part of their army is starting to unravel. Oh, we lost one of our generals. They were a turn away from rescue. Good, they've rallied up. Well, they broke through just in time to get flanked by enemy soldiers. Let's see if we can set up a route here. Good. If they pursued a bit further, they would have scored a flank attack here. We know we're engaged here. We know we're going to die horribly here. Hit them in the side, see if we can finally get rid of this Mount Samurai unit that's been tormenting us pretty much the entire battle. Break them. You guys did your best. Just turn around and harass them the best you can. At least we can. At least Shingen is not going to have as many cavalry as he came to the battle with in the first place after this. Impassable to all except Lightfoot, you say? Well, in that case, I will definitely make use of that. Right, just hold your position. If they come at us from this angle, at least it'll prevent flanking. And you guys start to come back towards the battlefield, though I doubt you'll be able to influence it before we hit 60%. I think this would probably have given Shingen a fright. Because he is now losing a lot of men. If we look at the casualties quickly, yeah, that's how much the Takeda have lost. Over 4,000 men routing, and this is the number of wounded. They've killed off a significant chunk of their army. Sorry, I know I interrupted the action, but this is the kind of battle I live for. Difficult scenarios where you actually get to change the course of history. This is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of dumb stuff that excites me. This is horrible. This whole wing is now collapsing. Yep, thank you, Honda. No, they couldn't. They couldn't keep fighting forever. I'm pretty sure that's going to foil me with a priority charge target. Oh wait, that. Yeah, because I do remember setting up a flank attack here, but it's no use. We just drive them off to pretty much no effect. If you can hold out, so there's reduced command and control, so they could have held out a little bit longer. They're going to auto break anyway. Just stay here and try not to get hit when the Yari Samurai do break. I think the cavalry could actually charge us. They have rather unwisely decided to box their cavalry, and at this point I have nothing left to lose. I'll take the fight. If we can get a fragmentation on them. I am worried about that unit rallying up. As I said, I don't have anything left to lose anymore. Just advance into combat and see if we can push them off. See if we can rout them completely. Just take a step away. Oh, really? Yeah, because I had to turn. Reduce CC. We've got our units up here who have been completely pushed away. You know what we could go after? Takeda Shingen's command tent. Because I would find it absolutely hilarious if we managed to get in and kill the man himself. Who do we want to get murdered by first? If I ever replay this battle, I'm going to make it a mission to try and take down Shingen's command tent. If we can get the Arquebusiers up far enough, I think we can pull it off. $59%. I wonder if we can get them to 40. I very much doubt it. They've managed to disentangle themselves. How did they manage to find their way all the way into the backs of my troops? I didn't even see how that happened. On the plus side, they have blundered into flanking range of our Ashigaru. And that's caused all of them to break. And that's caused a disruption there as well. So it's back to even Stevens again. Well, that was going to be that archer unit's target. We've got cavalry coming towards us. If we can maybe get our samurai over there in time. Meanwhile, I'd like to turn and hit that Yari unit. Let's come back to the field. Because for some reason someone decided that it was a good idea to come back to this carnage. No one is having a good time on this battlefield. Shoot them to spite their faces. Okay, well, step away. Because this time you can do that. Even if we can get close enough to give Shingen a volley, that would be a pretty cool end to the battle. Fine. Just keep killing Takeda soldiers. Yeah, I think it's going to end next turn. %. We're not going to get any higher than that, I think. Yeah, but they're going to get flanked. I like how this is, aside from the reserve actually guarding the command center, I like how this has forced Lord Lord Shingen to use pretty much his entire army. Because I think with the exception of these units in the very back, all of them have fought. Yeah, all of his units seem to have fought and taken casualties in some capacity, except with the exception of these two units here. We're still there, 34%. Managed to break that unit after all. I think someone might have rallied up. Fragmentation. For some reason, they didn't rout our they didn't flank our archers. Right. I'll just throw it all in. Yes! Okay. Shoot them. Shoot them. And they've let us into this unit as well. We might break them on the turn and then we'll go into the flank of this unit here as well. I think there's a universe where we can win this battle. I didn't get it this time, but there is a way to win this battle. I will return to this. Okay, well, you managed to hold them off, but the end is coming now. There we go, 36%. I don't know if the enemy still gets their turn. We might rout this unit on the enemy phase. Auto broke. It's a shame they rallied up. Another one of our generals fallen. He's probably going to be taken prisoner. Ah! Both generals fell. No, wait, hold on. I think what happened was I lost the combat, but their general died. And just managed to save their infantry from dissolution. Unfortunately, a lot of my men are dying now. We are not getting the better of this last stage of combat, and that was unfortunate. They managed to win that cavalry engagement, and then broke us quickly. But considering that historically the Tokugawa only escaped back to the castle with 10 men, I think we're going to still do considerably better than that. There we go, and that's as far as they go. They still, unfortunately, they still meant their last turn meant that they really ended up mauling my army. 74% of it's gone, and they'll suffer more from desertions. But with the length of the battle as well, I'm hoping that the Takeda will now be too exhausted to pursue. Because we do actually still have a force that's intact here. There we go. Well, we lost. A defeat is a defeat. But I think it was a pretty honourable defeat. We'll see the statistics here. Yeah, okay, but I think a large part of my force did pretty much manage to escape that battle, even though we consider that this is just a computer game. I think more of my army would have been intact after this battle than would have been intact historically. I think a number of, well, obviously the ones who were killed, I think a number of the wounded managed to recover. Because I think we saw wounded figures that were higher for the enemy. And we did manage to get some of their force to desert. So still a defeat. I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this video. This was a long one. And I think I got a little bit rambly towards the middle and end parts. It was a long battle, I was getting tired. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.